Welcome to OnCourtAI, the UK's leading AI tennis coach. I'm Coach Chris, joined as always by former touring professional Alex and sports psychologist Dr. Sam. Lots of new features released this week, including local scoreboards and national rankings, so you can see how you stack up against others. We also released the world's first AI racket selector. Just upload any shot and it will use its knowledge of you and recommend a racket. It's completely impartial and can act as a guide for your next buy. This week has been super exciting with 123 videos uploaded and 50 players joining our OnCourtAI community. It's always fantastic to see so many new faces eager to improve their game. Let's dive into the data and see what's happening. I've noticed some interesting trends, especially in serve performance, which seems to be the most popular focus this week, with 68 videos submitted. The average score for serves was 62.4 out of 100, which tells us there's room for improvement. Let's break this down.
Absolutely, Chris. Serves are the most crucial part of a match, setting the tone right from the start. When I was on the tour, I spent countless hours perfecting my serve because it was my best weapon. A solid serve can dictate play and give you confidence. The range of scores we're seeing, from 54.8 to 76.4, shows there are players who really need to focus on their serving technique, while others are approaching that competitive level.
And let's not forget the mental aspect of serving. It's not just about technique. Confidence plays a huge role. When players toss the ball, they need to be able to trust their mechanics. A consistent toss can alleviate a lot of pressure. If a player steps up to serve and feels unsure, it can completely derail their performance. This week's data will help identify some core areas to build that confidence.
Right, and looking at the stroke breakdown, we see that the forehand has an average score of 52.3, which is a bit lower than I'd like to see. This suggests that many players might be struggling with their forehand technique or consistency. On the other hand, the backhand averaged 60, which is more respectable. The volley score of 66.1 is impressive, but with only 2 videos, we need to see more input there. It's clear we have some work to do in those areas.
That's a great point, Chris. I remember during my career, I always focused on my forehand because it was my bread and butter. The forehand is such a powerful shot when executed correctly. Players should aim to stay relaxed and let their body do the work. The X-factor separation, which we often talk about, is crucial here. A solid unit turn, like Doctor, who scored an impressive 62 centimeters X-factor separation, allows a player to generate more power and spin.
Exactly, Alex. That X-factor separation contributes to the kinetic chain, which is all about using your body efficiently. When players can create that separation, they not only generate power but also improve their timing and rhythm. It makes a difference in how they feel during their swings. Building that consistency in their stroke mechanics can be a game changer for their confidence.
Now let's highlight some individual performances. Viju achieved a stellar score of 87 on their serve, which is remarkable. That's a significant achievement. Delivering a high-quality serve can give a player a real edge in matches. It's all about setting up points right from the beginning. Viju obviously has great mechanics and a solid routine that works for them.
Absolutely. Viju's performance is something to aspire to. I can't emphasize enough how crucial a powerful serve is in a match. When I was competing, I would look for any edge I could get, and a strong serve often translates to easier points. It creates pressure on opponents and can lead to quick games, which is what every player aims for.
And the psychological component here is fascinating. Viju likely approaches each serve with a mindset geared towards success. They may visualize their serve going exactly where they want it to. This mental rehearsal can enhance their performance and make their mechanics more automatic. Confidence breeds success, and it seems Viju has tapped into that.
Next up, we have Jim, who achieved an excellent toss height of 38 centimeters on their serve. Toss height is a critical factor in serving. It allows the player to strike the ball at an optimal moment. Getting that release just right can make or break a serve. Jim's work on this aspect is commendable, as it sets a solid foundation for their serve.
That's right. A good toss height, ideally between 30 to 50 centimeters above your full reach, gives players the best chance to create power and control. I remember how important it was for me to find that sweet spot. It's a fine balance, and getting it right can lead to more consistent serves and fewer double faults.
And from a psychological perspective, the toss is often where players feel the most pressure. A consistent toss helps reduce anxiety. If someone is constantly worried about their toss, it can lead to a negative feedback loop that affects their overall game. Focusing on mastering that toss can help alleviate some of that mental pressure.
Speaking of mastering, let's talk about Anastasia, who drove 60 centimeters of hip forward movement into their forehand. That's a fantastic demonstration of weight transfer. Getting the hips involved is essential to generating power. The more they can transfer that weight effectively, the more power they'll produce through their shot.
Exactly. And when you look at the top players, you see that hip movement in every shot. It's all about using your body efficiently. If you can harness that kinetic chain, it allows for more explosive shots. Anastasia's ability to transfer weight effectively will help them not just in forehands, but in all their ground strokes. It's a foundational skill.
This is also a great opportunity to discuss habits. Building that muscle memory around weight transfer takes practice. If players can consistently focus on this in their training, it will eventually become second nature. In terms of mental focus, I'd encourage players to visualize that hip movement during practice. It can strengthen their connection to that motion and help with consistency.
Now, let's take a look at some other players who showed some good performances but have areas for improvement. Ellis, Rick, Eric, Amy, and Ivan all had good scores on their serves, but their trophy positions need some work. For instance, Ellis had a score of 80, but their trophy elbow was at a concerning 169 degrees, which is straighter than optimal.
That's a good catch, Chris. The trophy position is crucial for generating power. A good elbow position allows for a better racket drop, leading to more forceful serves. It's fascinating to see how even slight adjustments in positioning can lead to significant improvements in performance. Even at the professional level, I'd have to focus on that regularly.
And this ties back into mindset. Players need to be open to feedback and willing to adapt their techniques. If they can approach their practice with a growth mindset, viewing these adjustments as opportunities rather than obstacles, they will see improvements much more quickly. Making adjustments can be challenging mentally, but it's key for development.
With that in mind, it's time to introduce our drill of the day, which is focused on improving serve toss height. This drill is called serve toss practice. It's a beginner-level drill that takes about 10 minutes, and it directly addresses the common theme we've seen in today's videos, the need for proper knee bend and toss height.
Awesome choice, Chris. The serve toss can often be overlooked, but it's the foundation of a powerful serve. Elite players dedicate a lot of time to perfecting this aspect. I remember spending hours just working on my toss to ensure I had that consistent height. It's all about getting into a rhythm.
And from a mental aspect, focusing on this drill can help players build their confidence. It's a simple yet effective way to create consistency. Players should approach it with the mindset of repetition and improvement, allowing themselves to really feel the toss mechanics without the pressure of hitting the ball.
To do the serve toss practice, players will start in their serving position, and instead of hitting the ball, they will toss it up to the recommended height. Aim for that 30 to 50 centimeter range above your full reach. The key is consistency, so focus on getting that toss height right every time. Avoid rushing. It's about quality over quantity.
And to add to that, while performing this drill, it's essential to maintain that knee bend between 130 to 150 degrees. This helps in maximizing leg drive and power transfer. It's a common mistake to stand too upright. Just like the top pros, if players can stay low and engage their legs, they'll see significant improvements in their serve.
And players should remember that building this habit takes time. Doing this drill consistently will help them internalize the mechanics. I recommend setting aside time a few times a week specifically for this drill. With practice, it will become automatic, reducing the stress around serving.
To wrap up our drill of the day, remember, focus on toss height and knee bend. Mastering these elements will lead to a more powerful and consistent serve. So, make this drill a regular part of your practice.
And as we close, I want to remind all our listeners that improvement is a journey. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take in your training builds towards your ultimate goals. So keep pushing forward with a positive mindset.
Ready to improve your game? Upload your shot today at oncourtai.co.uk.